Very good evening and welcome to the news. First headlines. Governor Fubara task force members on patriotism. Edo Assembly serves impeachment notice to Shaibu. Appeal court affirms Abure LP chair. EFCC suit against Naira Marley stores. AFDB gives FG $134 million for food production. Ghana celebrates 67th Independence Day. As Lords faces 5-year prison sentence. Thank you once for joining us. And now the major stories. Governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, has task force members deployed to the state to be symbols of hope and be determined to take up responsibilities that will uplift the lives of the citizens. Governor Fubara gave the charge today at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Nongwa in Tai local government area when he declared closed the 2024 Batch A Stream 1 orientation course for core members deployed to Rivers State. The governor, who was represented by the secretary to the state government, Dr. Tami Danagogo, further charged the core members to see themselves as elite youth who must be disciplined and patriotic in making positive impacts on their host communities. Fubara used the occasion to further appreciate the host communities of Nonwa and Wam for their continuous peaceful disposition and support to the scheme in the state. The River State Coordinator NYSC, George Mfongang, informed the governor that the core members have been adequately equipped with character, capacity and competence to excel and contribute meaningfully in their place of primary assignment across the 23 local government areas of the state. He expressed confidence that the core members will promote and entrench peace, love and mutual respect among the citizens of the state as nation builders. Our correspondent reports that a total of 1,676 core members made up of 858 males and 812 females successfully completed the orientation exercise in the state. In continuation of the commissioning of infrastructure projects by the Emoha local government chairman, Dr. Chidi Leo, the Inspector General of Police Kayode Ebetoku, has commissioned the newly built police divisional headquarters in Emoha local government area of Rivers State. The Emoha Divisional Police Headquarters is situated opposite the Emoha campus of the Rivers State University along Emoha Kalabari Road, built by the chairman of Emoha local government area, Dr. Chidi Leod. The facility is said to be one of the major projects carried out by the council chairman in his bid to enhance the security status quo of residents and indigents, including potential investors in the area. Speaking on the groundbreaking event, the Inspector of Police, Kayode Ebetoku, represented by Inspector General of Police, Zone 16 of the Nigerian Police Force Headquarters in Igua, AIG Paul Ojeka Odama, lauded the project and assured the general public of a better security operations in Emoha local government area.
I distinguished people of the Emoha Government Council of Rivers State, I welcome you all in a new paradigm shift in security architecture of the state. We are all confronted with daily security challenges in the state and the country as a whole. I'm sure Emoha people is prepared with this modern facility. I wish to congratulate the Commissioner of Police, CP Olatunji, and the people of Rivers State for this defeating enemy. I also wish to express the ID's gratitude to the chairman of the government for making sure this project comes to reality this day. And I assure you that the police to actually take care of the structure and maintain the edifice to serve the people of Emma and Lagos area. I want to assure the people of Emma and Lagos area and the chairman of the Lagos area, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, that this facility will be used to prevent crime and criminality in the area. There is 0 tolerance on corruption, and our men will be well supervised by the Bureau of Police to ensure that crime and criminality in this area is brought to bare minimum. I would also like to congratulate the Bureau of Police, just as the chairman has said, on the recent feast where it was alleged that some suspects brought down DPO and all that. I'm sure you are aware of what has happened of recent, and we give kudos to the Commissioner of Police University and the team for that wonderful performance.
Also speaking, Rivers State Commissioner of Police Olatunji Disu called for a rapid cooperation between members of the public and the police for safer society.
Donated to us by wonderful people about this is that one thing that look at all the facilities and we're too happy about it. It's our policy should be done. Every officer will post there and show will be comfortable to do the job of protecting lives and property. Definitely we have been partnering with the local government, all the local governments in the states. For somebody to do this for us, donate this wonderful edifice for us, definitely we will continue to partner with them. I want to use the opportunity to thank the good people of this local government. We are asking for more. What are we asking for? More cooperation. Because the people of this local government, the people of this state particularly, have been cooperating with us. They have been giving us wonderful information to work with. But like the tools that we are asking for more cooperation, more information for us to be able to partner with them. Because the lives they save will definitely be there.
Earlier, the council chairman, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, promised more projects in the Imoha local government area. Other than that, his administration will continue to serve the needs of the people, including education, security, agro-infrastructure, and manpower development.
And we are going to, as a local government, to assist them. Because imagine a society without police. So that even though it's only criminals themselves that will condemn what we've done. It's not our place to do it as a local government. So who are the people that are kidnapped? Who are the people that are hurt? It's our people. So that is the essence of governance. Nothing stops us from providing this. We have not also infracted any law by providing a conducive place for people to work. And this is possible because of the kind of institutional police we have.
Still on the countdown of events and activities marking the phase 3 of the commissioning of the infrastructure projects executed across the Imoha local government area of Rivers State by the administration of Dr. Chidi Lloyd. The commissioning of the 30,000 liters breakaway water scheme at Babu was commissioned for use by Honorable Justina Emeji in Imoha local government area of the state. The project will provide good and accessible drinkable water for public consumption across the local government.
Well, before I commission this project, I want to inform members. There's something I didn't say there, let me say it. I'm a member of River State House of Assembly. I want to assure my people that if I will be the only person remaining, no, I will not disappoint you people. I will be there. No, we don't, we are Emma people, we don't disappoint. We are not looking for anything. So be assured that I'm there for you. No shaking, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to disappoint you. So I want to commission this project. Water is life. I want to commission it in the name of God the Father,
Amen.
God the Son,
Amen.
and God the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Speaking at the event, Council Chairman Chidi Lloyd expressed gratitude to the people for the privilege to serve and pledges more support and advancement for indigents and residents, and as he also moved to commission the Akbato street light as well.
I commissioned this project in the name of God the Father,
Amen.
and the Son,
Amen.
and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
This facility is installed by the administration of Sir Dr. Chidi Julius JP, DSSRS, Chairman Emuha Local Government Council. Is commissioned by Honorable Samudi, DSSRS, former member, University Head of Assembly.
We are grateful, our people are grateful to the rest of our local government for giving us this opportunity. Because if it were my contribution, of course, we are not more than what you see here. If it is by examination, we have people who will pass before our script will be marked. So I don't know what the Ababa would say when he's given this kind of opportunity. The first thing will be from our local government. Thank you. I've had the rare privilege of representing you all in the Rivers House of Assembly back to back for 12 years. And here I am again, chairman of your council. So on behalf of our movement, I'm saying thank you to the rest of the local government area. I think that is the best thing to do.
The indigents love the project as they said it will ease off the stress of water hunting in the area.
Due to this great impact of this project over here, we are so grateful to the chairman for making it a reality in the land of Akpabo. This water has been of so many influence, so many positivity in the lives of people. Like in this community here before now, you buy 3 rubbers of water for 100 naira to someone that loves you. Someone that doesn't even care about you will give you 2 cans for 100 naira. And you can see a situation where you don't even have enough to eat. Then removing to buy water, you see how difficult it is. So we give this great thanks to this chairman who made it a reality in this community.
You can see what importance and how important the water is to every home. There is no home that will survive without water, and as a result of that, the community has been suffering for water for many years now, because the only source of water in this community is the one who has stream, that is the Sobraro River. But at a time, because of the insecurities in Olega, most of the diseases and the death or the people they kill, they throw it to the water, and then the water is not contaminated. So the community don't have access of again taking water as or the stream as part of what they use to sustain the family as in drinking. So the alternative is they now buy boreholes and look for other means getting water. And you know what borehole is all about. They sell 2 rubbers, 100 naira, 3 rubbers sometimes, in most cases 100 naira. And in a home that is up to 15, they use 1,500 in buying water. And the question is, how would they live? People looking for food, looking for means of survival, is buying water. How would they live? But as God may have it, the chairman is from this community. He's older than me. He has more experience than me in this community. He knows the problem of the community. So he has to come up with this policy of bringing water here.
What we are here today is to commission 2 projects. The water project and the light project. And this was done by our honorable chairman, Chief Dr. Chid Lloyd. And since we have gotten this water, before there is no water, we die for water. But today, we are now enjoying water. Many people are clapping hands. Their mind, in short, I don't know what I will say concerning how they are seeing this water today. I think Chid Lloyd has done a very, very important thing in our community.
President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dongbam Mensem, has thrown out a petition filed by the Bayelsa governorship candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Timpere Malin Silva. Silva had written a petition requesting the president of the appellate court to disband and reconstitute the Bayelsa State Election Tribunal sitting in Abuja, alleging bias and unfair hearing against the chairman, Justice Adekunle Adeleye, and the two other panel members. The APC candidate, who is challenging the victory of Governor Doye Diri of the People's Democratic Party in the November 11, 2023 governorship poll, claimed the tribunal did not give him enough time after calling 52 witnesses and closing his case last week, Wednesday. Justice Adeleye had to adjourn the tribunal sitting indefinitely on Monday, March 4, for the appeal court president to decide on the petition. But a hearing notice dated March 6, 2024 indicated that the petition failed and that the tribunal had been directed to continue the matter under the same panel. The hearing notice, which was signed by the Secretary of the Bayelsa State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, stated that the matter will resume at the tribunal on Monday, March 11, 2024. Federal High Court Abuja on Wednesday dismissed the no-case submission filed by Professor Cyril Ndimfong and his lawyer Sonny Anyanwu against the charge by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. Justice James Omotosho, in a ruling, held that the evidence led by the prosecution constituted a prima facie case against the duo. Justice Omotosho therefore ordered Ndimfong, the suspended Dean of Faculty of Law, University of Calabar, and Anyanwu to enter their defense. Ndimfong and Anyanwu had on February 19 filed a no-case submission after the ICPC closed its case. The duo, through their lawyer, Joe Agi, said there was no evidence adduced by the prosecution on which the court could convict them, insisting that the commission failed to establish a prima facie case against them. Ndimfong was, on January 25, rearranged alongside Anyanwu on an amended four-count charge bordering on alleged sexual harassment and attempt to perverse the case of justice. The matter was adjourned until March 12 for the defendants to enter defense. Edo State House of Assembly has served an impeachment notice on the Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu. Shaibu's impeachment notice might not be unconnected to his face-off with the State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, that had led to him losing out during the just concluded People's Democratic Party gubernatorial election primaries in the state. Recall that Shaibu had alleged a plot to impeach him from office, claiming his governorship ambition was responsible for the plot. He was elected during a parallel primary election conducted in his residence in Benin City, the state capital. Aso Iyodalo was also announced the winner of another PDP primary exercise, which took place at the Samuel Obomudia Stadium in Benin. Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Wednesday struck out an appeal that the federal government filed to reopen the trial of a former governor of Abia State, Orji Uzokalo. The appellate court, in a unanimous decision by a three-member panel of justices, held that the record of appeal federal government transmitted before it was incompetent. In the lead verdict that was delivered by Justice J.O.K. Oyewole, the court held that FG failed to properly transmit the record as prescribed by its extant rules. Other than that, it was neither stamped nor the official designation of the person who signed it indicated. The appellate court held that the flaw in the record that was brought before it vitiated the competence of the entire appeal. Consequently, it struck out the two appeals which FG filed against Carlo and his firm. It should be recalled that Carlo, who piloted the affairs of Abia State from 1999 to 2007, was earlier convicted and handed a 12-year jail term by the Lagos Division of the Federal High Court. The trial court convicted him alongside his firm, Slope Nigeria Limited, and a former director of finance and estate, Jones Udogo. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had alleged that the defendants pilfered about 7.1 billion naira from the Abia State Treasury. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma on Wednesday appointed Enyinaya Onwebo as head of political bureau in the state. Uzodinma made this known to newsmen in Owerri through his chief press secretary CPS Oguwike Nwachukwu. The governor called on Onwebo to use his new appointment to show his commitment in the vision and mission of the 3R government of Imo State. According to the state government, Governor of Imo State, Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma has appointed his pioneer commissioner for lands and survey and subsequently commissioner for power, Enyinaya Onwebo, as the head of political bureau of his administration. Onwebo's appointment takes immediate effect until recently when Governor Uzodinma dissolved his cabinet. Onwebo was the chief political advisor and head political bureau. Onwebo, an ex-official member of the All Progressive Congress APC, is not only a committed member of the party, but has demonstrated capacity on its course using his many years of active experience in legal practice. He hails from Ngokbala local government area of Imo State, where he serves as the traditional prime minister of its community and goes with the title of Ebe Kuedike. Personnel of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Navy have killed 5 fighters of the indigenous people of Biafra during a gun battle that occurred at Ejemekuru in Oguta local government area of Imo State. The encounter with IPOB fighters is coming a few days after a fierce gun duel between the troops and the IPOB fighters occurred in the Osu LG of the state. The troops killed an IPOB fighter in the operation and recovered 3 improvised explosive devices, 1 Toyota Highlander SUV, 1 Hilux vehicle, 8 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, among others from their hideouts. As contained in a statement issued by the Director, Army Public Relations, Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, on Wednesday, the troops during the combined operations recovered 1 AK-47 rifle and 2 pump-action semi-automatic rifles, among others. Onyema also said that 15 kidnapped victims in the counter-insurgency operations conducted in the northwest were rescued. Federal High Court in Ibadan Wednesday ordered the remand of a woman and 2 men for their roles in the January 16 DJ explosion in Ibadan. The police charged Ramatu Kamara, Ganiu Malik, and Abubakar Samasa with conspiracy, use of weapons of mass destruction, stockpiling of radioactive materials, and disposal of biological weapons, but they pleaded not guilty to the charge. Justice E.U. Akpan ordered that they be remanded in the Agodi Correctional Center and adjourned the suite until April 11 for a hearing on their bail applications. The police prosecutor, Michael Ojer, had informed the court that Kamara, Malik, and Samasa were facing a 5-count charge. Ojer further added that the defendant and others at large committed a crime at about 7:30 p.m. on January 16 at Deriola of Dejo Oyeshele Street, Adeyi Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan, Oyo State. The prosecution said the defendant stored radioactive materials inside the building, which exploded and led to the death of a 65-year-old woman known as Bolanle Badmos and 13 others. He subsequently informed the court that he was prepared to present his case. However, the defense counsel Adiola Adebayo prayed the court for a short adjournment in order to file some applications. The prosecutor said the offense violated the provisions of Section 2642A and B, 43A, 1A, and 2C, 1A, 58, 1A of the Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act 2022. Kebbi State Governor Masir Idris has sworn in 21 local government administrators and charged them to stay closer to their people at the grassroots. The governor had last month dissolved all the elected chairmen of the 21 local government areas of the state and their secretaries. The dissolution of the chairman, according to the governor, then was following the expiration of their tenure, which ended on February 5. Inaugurating the new administrators at the Presidential Lodge in Brenin, Kebbi on Tuesday, the governor said, "As leaders, I want you to stay with your people instead of leaving them and moving to the state capital." The governor said that the new set of LG administrators are a mix of both the experienced and young politicians, so that the young can learn from the seasoned politicians. Responding on behalf of other administrators, the sole administrator of Brenin Kebbi, Dahiro Nyanya Abrusa, assured the governor of continued support for the success of his administration. Minister of Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike on Wednesday expressed displeasure over the movement of the cattle within Abuja city. Wike assured worried residents of Abuja that plans are on to put an end to the roaming of cattle within the city and center. The minister gave the assurance in Abuja when he received in audience the Belgian ambassador to Nigeria, Daniel Bertrand. Wike said he had initiated multifaceted discussions with different relevant critical stakeholders on the need to end the roaming of cattle in the city. He also noted that fighting insecurity in the FCT demands multifaceted approaches, which the administration was already adopting to defeat criminalities. He added that his administration has also intensified partnership drive with the private sector transportation players in a bid to beef up security in the city. Earlier in his remarks, the ambassador Daniel Bertrand, who had raised concerns over the roaming of cattle on the street of Abuja, expressed satisfaction learning that the minister had initiated a fight against the menace. Bertrand also expressed interest in getting investors from his country to partner with FCTA in the development of the nation's capital. President Bola Tinubu has directed a fresh round of palliatives to be distributed to residents of the Federal Capital Territory to cushion the effect of the high cost of living due to fuel subsidy removal. Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, disclosed this on Wednesday during an emergency meeting with stakeholders. Mahmood stated that the emergency meeting was to arrange some committees for transparency in the distribution of the palliatives. Mahmood also registered his misgivings against the chairman of the 6 area councils of the FCT for coming late to the meeting, as well as poor representation. The FCT chairman of the tradition rulers, the honor of Abaji, His Royal Majesty Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa, assured the minister that as a father, he would call the chairman to order. The class of people on the committee include the chairman of the area councils, the FCT Emergency Management Agency, traditional rulers, the Department of State Service, Nigeria Police Force. Others are Nigeria Security and Defense Council, Defense Corps, faith-based organizations, the Nation Union of Local Government Employees, the Nigerian Red Cross Society, women's associations, persons with disability groups, youth associations, principals of boarding schools, civil society organization, and media. Police in Jigawa State have smashed a syndicate of suspected internet fraudsters, also known as Yahoo Boys. A spokesman of the command, DSP Lawan Shisu Adam, confirmed the arrest in a statement. It said the suspects were arrested on Wednesday when operatives attached to Duse Division, acting on credible and actionable intelligence, stormed their house at Yawana Quarters, Duse Metropolis. Those arrested include 28-year-old Henry Chilaka of Umbise local government area of Imo State, Solomon Oba, 26 years, Bright Eyezu, 19 years, Chigozie Juru, 19 years, and Solomon Uchezie, 17 years, all of Abia State. Shisu said on interrogation the suspect confessed to belong to a Yahoo syndicate setting up a base in the state capital, Duse. The suspect, however, mentioned one Charles Chiemela, now at large, who brought them to the state and introduced them to the business. He said 5 laptop computers, 5 handsets, a generator, 2 inverter batteries, 6 big solar panel battery terminals, 2 mattresses, household items, and the sum of 230,000 naira were recovered. The suspect were transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, Duse, for discreet investigation and will be charged to court for prosecution. Jigawa state workers have rejected the 20,000 wage award announced by the governor of the state. Governor Malan Umaro Namadi of Jigawa State had, in a surprise move, announced the immediate disbursement of 20,000 naira to each civil servant, labeling it a wage award for 2 months. However, this decision sparked discontent among workers who are now voicing their dismay, considering the prevailing economic hardship in the country. Malam Ahmed, one of the frustrated civil servants, said he has received his own alert of 20,000 naira, but lamented that the amount is a mere pittance in today's economic climate. Another worker, Nafiu, expressed concern, saying with the rising cost of living, the amount seems insufficient to cover even essential expenses like transportation. The workers asked the governor to consider what other states and the federal government are doing to alleviate the sufferings of workers. They described the state government announcement of the wage award as premature, asserting that no agreement had been reached on the matter. However, the state head of service, Mohammed Dagasiri, claimed the state government is committed to ensuring the welfare of its workforce and the entire populace. Federal government of Nigeria has initiated the process of upgrading the Federal Medical Center in Azare, located in the Katugum local government area of Bauchi State, to the status of a teaching hospital. Dr. Jimo Olawole Saladudin, Director of Hospital Services at the Federal Ministry of Health, announces during a visit to the Emir of Katangum. Dr. Umar Farouk, he mentioned that his team was in Azare for an assessment visit in preparation for converting the FMC into a teaching hospital to enhance healthcare services. Saluddin noted that the Federal University of Health Sciences, Azare, and the FMC in Azare are closely situated, facilitating the conversation for enhanced medical education and service delivery. According to him, the assessment visit will help the federal government identify the gap and see what they have on hand in terms of personnel, infrastructure, equipment, and land mass for future expansion. Responding, the Emir of Katangum, Alhaji Umar Farouk, to praise the President Bola Tinubu for initiating the conversion of FMC Azare into a teaching hospital. Other than that, the gesture will improve healthcare delivery to the citizens. National Youth Service Corps has issued a stern warning to corps members against meddling in local politics during their service year. Director General of the Corps, Brigadier General Shau Ahmed, gave this warning while addressing corps members at the closing of the 2024 Batch A Stream 1 orientation program in Sokoto on Wednesday. Ahmed, who implored them not to meddle in local politics, stressed that the purpose of their posting is to positively impact the lives of their host communities, urging them to accept their posting in good faith. The DG, who was represented by Sokoto State NYSC Coordinator Usman Yaro, enjoined them to settle into their designated localities and contribute to their growth, discouraging them from pursuing redeployment. He stressed the need to develop skills and encourage an entrepreneurial mindset inside the scheme. Ahmed urged corps members to seize the opportunity to become self-sufficient and become job and wealth creators after their service year. Katsina State Police Command has forwarded a kidnapping attempt, rescued the victims, and recovered one operational motorcycle from suspected bandits in the state. In a statement on Wednesday, the spokesman of the Katsina Police Command, ASP Abubakar Sadiq, said the incident occurred along Barua Village Road in Kankara local government area at about 6:30 p.m. The police intervened after the Kankara Police Divisional Headquarters received a report that some suspected armed bandits had attacked motorists with the intent to kidnap them. Upon receipt of the reports, the DPO Kankara CSP Hassan Musa mobilized a team of operatives to the scene where they engaged the suspected bandits in a fierce gun duel, according to the statement. Apart from repelling the attack, the police rescued one person whom the bandit had already taken captive before the arrival. Sadiq added that in reaction to defeat, the Commissioner of Police and the state CP Aliyu Abubakar Musa commended the officers for their outstanding displays of bravery, dedication, and professionalism. Musa said efforts were in top gear to arrest fleeing suspects, advising members of the public to promptly report anybody seen with a bullet wound, as some of the suspects escaped the scene with gunshot injuries. He also urged the good people of the state to continue to provide the command and other security agencies in the state with timely information on suspected criminal activities to enable swift and decisive action against any recalcitrant criminal in the state. The CP reiterated the command's commitment to ensuring the protection of lives and property of the people in the state under his stewardship. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network, and now we'll be back after this short break.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly. Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
We're glad to have you back. This is the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Now the rest of our stories. President Bola Tinubu has reiterated the need to assist and support police veterans at all levels of government, including well-meaning members of the society. He said that this during the launch of the Nigeria Police Force Veterans Foundation at the corporate headquarters, Police Service Commission, Abuja. In a speech read by the Minister of State Police Affairs, Hajia Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, the president pointed out that one of the responsibilities of government and individuals in society is supporting and sustaining the Police Veterans Foundation for the attainment of its objectives. He added that the Nigeria Police Force is a critical symbol of state legitimacy and the lead agency in Nigeria's internal security architecture. Tinubu charged Nigerians not to lose faith in the government over the hard times and reiterated the concrete efforts and measures that are already underway to tackle and contain threats and issues of insecurity in Nigeria. Earlier, the chairman of the Police Service Commission, Dr. Solomon Arasi, said the launch of the Police Veterans Foundation will always be chronicled as a great milestone for the members of the Nigeria Police Force, both serving and retired. The Senate on Wednesday resolved that the leadership of the National Assembly will meet with President Bola Tinubu over the security challenges in the country. This follows a motion of urgent importance raised by Senator Emmanuel Udende on the killing of over 50 people in fresh attacks in no less than 5 Benue State communities by terrorists disguised as herdsmen, and the increase in Nigeria Senate has condemned in strong terms the recent attacks on Benue communities by terrorists. The upper chamber also called on the federal government and other authorities to put appropriate measures in place to forestall the recurrence of such an incident. House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the national security implications of the current status of cryptocurrency, blockchain and other digital asset transactions. This followed the adoption of a motion by Rep. Isiaka Ibrahim, APC Ogun, during plenary in Abuja. Within the motion, Isiaka said that there are growing global concerns about the national security implications of cryptocurrency transactions through cryptocurrency exchanges, including consumer and investor security. He said these exchanges enable money laundering by criminals and terrorists for their illicit activities. Adopting the motion, the House said it will investigate international money transfer operators, payment gateways and platforms, and cloud computing. Others include infrastructure networks and all online peer-to-peer marketplace, utility sharing based platforms, and their practices in Nigeria. The lawmakers said the investigation would identify threats to national security and gaps in the legislative framework status and regulations to the detriment of the country. The House referred the matter to the Committee of National Security and Intelligence to report back to the House for further deliberations. House of Representatives on Wednesday, March 6, advocated for the payment of living wages to Nigerian workers at the rate that will be commensurate with the current economic realities across the world. The House directed its relevant committees of Labor and Employment, Finance and National Planning to work out modalities for the payment of living wages to Nigerian workers at rates that match economic realities. In its resolution following a motion sponsored by the minority leader of the House, Kingsley China, and 37 other members, the House resolved to transmit its resolution to Senate for concurrence. The federal government recently set up a tripartite committee made up of persons drawn from the executive, organized labor, state government, and the organized private sector to negotiate the minimum wage. Moving the motion on behalf of the sponsors, Deputy Minority Leader of the House, Aliyu Sani Madaki, said the rising rate of inflation in the country, which has made it difficult for average Nigerians to afford basic needs such as food, water, housing, education, healthcare, transportation, and clothing. He explained that the rising inflationary rate in the country has also hurt the cost of living, with the cost of food, accommodation, education, and transportation skyrocketing. Recall that the Speaker of the House of Representatives had on September 29, 2023, at the State Banquet in Abuja, opined that it is only a living wage that can ameliorate the insecurity and corruption pervading the country. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tarid Labaja has restated the commitment of the Nigerian military to defend Nigeria's democracy. He said the military has come to terms with the country's choice of democracy as the preferred system of governance. The COA said that this at a seminar on career planning and management organized by the Army headquarters in Abuja. Speaking on Atlantic Television Blowout, a political analyst, Dom Zoli, said that COP has been the perceived threat following a high-handed leadership and abject poverty across the nation.
How do you think that these junior officers are not agreed to the level that they can decide to go by to ensure that we get out of this mess? Because if you observe, nobody is happy with what is happening in Nigeria today. You agree with me with that? And that if that's true, there are also military officers who are aggrieved. No matter how they are guys, they are highly placed, they are into the power play system, as you are saying. I mean, to me, I still believe that there is no smoke without fire. There is something going underground that makes this man to come up with such a statement. Because earlier before now, there at no point in time that have we been getting such a reassurance that, there is no intention to.
Similarly, Comrade Probel, President, called on both the state and federal government to set its priority right in delivering the dividends of democracy rather than seeking to remain in power.
Telling you that
No,
in
but
Nigerian system,
okay,
the military, they are not organized. And secondly, there are people who takes decision in this country. The country has been shared. Let me be sincere. Well, I don't know whether I was supposed to say that here, but if a Yoruba man is in power, and this Yoruba man is somebody who understands the nitty-gritty of this country, who has the power, the capacity, you see nothing like military coup. Secondly, General Olusegun Obasanjo has retired the vibrant soldiers. But the Nigerian army is just watery. What is happening there? Check the junior officers, what they are doing. People want to leave the military. So I don't see the people that can organize a coup that will work in Nigeria. When you see that, even what is playing out now, if you check out Obasanjo and other people that are not coming out to attack Tinubu and these people here, because the person in power understands the system, how it works. So there is nothing like military. I come for see it.
National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons has sought for collaboration with International Conference on Population Development towards initiating a policy for regular migration pathways for Nigerians. The Federal Commissioner of the NCFRMI, Tijani Ahmed, said that this while speaking with newsmen when he received a delegation from the ICMPD on a visit in Abuja on Wednesday. Ahmed explained that having softened policy for regular migration pathways would help Nigerian youth seeking to acquire development skills in other countries and return afterwards. He said that Nigerian national and state universities were working out on a center of excellence on migration, while calling for the support of ICMPD and other international organizations towards the success and development of Nigeria. He said the meeting became necessary particularly as a Japa movement increased where many youth travel out of the country through the irregular means. Respondent Sadif Diaring, the Director of Migration Dialogues and Cooperation of the ICMPD, pledged the organization's support to Nigeria on bridging the gaps in the Nigeria migration process. Court of Appeal in Abuja has affirmed Julius Abure as the chairman of the Labour Party. The appellate court also set aside the decision of the Federal Capital Territory High Court, which last year restrained Abure and two others from parading themselves as national officers of the party. In the judgment delivered by Justice Hama Bakar, the appellate court held that the High Court was wrong to have assumed jurisdiction on the matter. The appellate court also awarded a cost of 1 million naira in favor of Abure and against the respondent Lamidi Apapa. Justice Hamza Muazu of the Federal Capital Territory High Court had last year granted an ex parte order ordering that Abure and two other national officers stop parading themselves as leaders of the party for allegedly forging national documents, but the appellate court set the verdict aside. The appellate court held that Abure's appeal has merit and was thereby allowed. Following the 2023 presidential poll with the LP's Peter Obi coming third, Abure has been in a protracted legal conflict with Apapa, who laid claim to the party's chairmanship. On March 21, 2024, Abure was arrested in Benin City, the Edo State capital, with viral videos showing him being manhandled by the policemen, even as LP supporters fought to prevent his arrest. The police had said Abure was arrested for attempted murder, illegal possession of firearms, and related offenses. The LP chairman was later released on bail the following day after protests by LP members. Retired Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Mary Peter Odili, on Wednesday cautioned lawyers against addressing the media after court proceedings, saying the action is unethical. According to her, it is unethical for lawyers to discuss and arrive at conclusions on matters pending before the court. Odili, who is the chairman of the body of benches, stated this on the second day of the call to bar ceremony of 4,412 new lawyers in Abuja. She also revealed that a committee has been set up to address the worrisome issue of conflicting judgments of courts in the country. The retired Justice of the Supreme Court implored the newly sworn-in lawyers to demonstrate the highest level of professional ethics and behave with honor at all times. Justice Odili also urged the new lawyers to be honest, not to be misled the court, and abide by the judicial dress code. Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has urged candidates sitting for the 2024 mock UTME scheduled to hold on March 7 to come into the examination hall with ordinary HP pencil for numerical analysis if they so desire. This clarification became necessary following the series of inquiries from candidates and the general public regarding whether HP pencils are permitted in the examination hall as a writing material. This is contained in a statement made available to newsmen by the board's public communication advisor, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, in Abuja on Wednesday. The board has, however, okayed the use of ordinary HP pencil during the upcoming mock UTME and the main examination scheduled to commence on Friday, April 19. JAM further urged candidates to note that they are to come with only one pencil to their respective examination centers, as specified, while ensuring that they are not in possession of any other prohibited items. And on the foreign, European Union Ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Samuela Isopi, has stated that the active participation of women in decision-making and politics remains important if Nigeria is to achieve equality, sustainable development, peace, and democracy. She noted that while women have the fundamental right to participate in political life, most of them still face a lot of social, cultural, and financial challenges. She therefore reminded stakeholders, especially the National Assembly, that the ongoing constitutional reform process presents Nigeria with a unique opportunity to join the League of Progressive Nations in promoting gender parity through the adoption of a legal framework that discourages discrimination based on gender. Ambassador Isopi, who was represented by the EU Deputy Head of Mission to Nigeria, Zis Mors Vegos, made this known in Abuja during a two-day roundtable on women's inclusion in politics in commemoration of the International Women's Week, organized by the European Union Support to Democratic Governance in Nigeria on Wednesday. The event has women's underrepresentation, exploring the use of temporary special measures to elect women to Parliament as its theme. In his remarks, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Carlo explained that women bring immense value to nation building, particularly as they are more thorough, unbiased, look beyond themselves, and are selfless. And now on business news, African Development Bank says it is helping Nigeria to solve food crisis, which has seen prices of food items continue to rise in the country, leading to increase in hunger. Disclosing this in a chat with newsmen on Wednesday, the president of the AFDB, Akinwumi Adesina, said the bank provided a sum of $134 million to Nigeria for its emergency food production program. The former Nigerian Minister of Agriculture said AFDB has supported the cultivation of wheat, rice, maize, cassava and soybeans in Nigeria, especially the northern parts of the country. Egypt has signed a deal with the International Monetary Fund to increase and issue $3 billion loan package to $8 billion loan. The agreement announced by Egyptian Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and the IMF's mission chief for Egypt, Ivana Valkova-Hola, came hours after the country's central bank hiked interest rate and said it was floating the pound. By the time the market closed on Wednesday, the Egyptian pound was trading at a record low of around 50 pounds to the US dollar after more than a year of stabilized official exchange rate of around 30.9 against the greenback. Holla welcomed Egypt's measures as decisive steps to move to a flexible exchange rate system, starting with unifying the exchange rate between the official and parallel market rates. She also said the move would help increase the supply of foreign currency after a month of severe shortages that caused a surge in the parallel market rates and raised fears Cairo would be unable to service its massive foreign debt bill. And on the international tidbits, Ghana celebrates 67 years since gaining independence from its former colonial rulers, the British, today, March 6, 2024. After 83 years of British colonial rule, Ghana gained independence, becoming the first sub-Saharan African country to achieve freedom from Britain. The country's inaugural president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, proclaimed Ghana's liberation from colonial rule as a significant milestone in the nation's leadership. Every year on March 6, celebrations take place nationwide and among Ghanaians living abroad, featuring a range of activities that continue throughout the month. This year's national anniversary celebration took place at the Youth Resource Center in the eastern regional capital of Koforidua. In 2017, the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo decided to rotate the national independence celebration to showcase different regions and stimulate the local economy. The eastern region is now the third region to host the national anniversary, following the central region in 2022 and the Volta region in 2023. This year's event is centered on the theme, "A Democracy of Pride." Ukraine launched a drone attack on a Russian metal plant in a border region on Wednesday, causing a fire at a fuel tank. Kyiv, meanwhile, announced it had intercepted dozens of Russian drones as both sides launched a wave of overnight area attacks in an attempt to hit targets deep behind the front lines. Course Governor Roman Stavro said in a video message posted on his Telegram on Wednesday that later a second drone had hit the depot at the Mikhailskoye mining and processing plant in the city of Zelensgrod, some 90 kilometers from the border with Ukraine. Videos posted on Russian social media showed thick gray smoke blowing as a fire raged inside a cylindrical fuel storage tank. There was no immediate comment from Kyiv. Ukrainian forces have launched a wave of drone attacks at Russian energy facilities in recent months, trying to target the country's vital energy and gas sector that it says Russia uses to fuel its invasion. Gang leader behind the violence blighting the Haitian capital has warned there will be a civil war if Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry does not step down. Jimmy Barbecue Cherize met the threat as members of his gang tried to seize the capital's airport to stop Henry from returning from abroad. Unrest has spread to other cities, with a prison riot reported in Jacmel. Thousands have been displaced by the violence. The G9 Alliance has unleashed a wave of violence, including attacks on police stations and the storming of the country's two main prisons. Thousands of inmates escaping a mass jailbreak on Saturday. Haiti has been blighted by gang violence for years. But while Prime Minister Henry was on a visit to Kenya last week, Barbecue escalated the violence. Nikki Haley is suspending her presidential campaign, making Donald Trump the last Republican left in the race. It becomes after President Joe Biden and Trump swept the state primaries that were held on Super Tuesday, making a White House rematch between them even more likely. Biden won Democratic nominates in contests in 14 states, plus Iowa, where people voted by post, but lost in the territory, American Samoa, by 11 votes. Meanwhile, Trump won 14 Republican contests, further cementing his strong overall lead over Haley. Though she secured a surprise win in a Vermont, the two men looked ahead to their likely rematch by trading insults after their wins were confirmed. Trump said the U.S. would no longer have a country if his opponent won the election, while Biden accused him of being driven by grievance, not the good of Americans. Victorious candidates are being awarded delegates, of which they need a certain number to get their party's official nod to run for president. Immigration and the economy were the key issues for Republican voters' questions in CBS exit polls in Virginia and North Carolina. Meanwhile, former United States First Lady Michelle Obama has made her stance known following reports that she was warming up to replace Joe Biden as the Democratic Party nominee for the 2024 presidential election. Concerns over Biden's age have fueled speculations that the president could be replaced as a Democratic Party presidential candidate. U.S. Democrats are said to be worried that an 86-year-old president might not be what the people want at this time. They were said to be considering the former president's wife, Mrs. Obama, as his replacement. However, the former First Lady's team told newsmen that she will not be running for president. According to Obama's communications director, Crystal Cassin, Mrs. Obama supports President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris' re-election campaign. Biden, on his part, has brushed aside speculation surrounding his ability to continue in the race. And on the entertainment news, a criminal trial of Nigeria singer Aziz Fashola, popularly known as Naira Marley, could not proceed before a federal high court, Lagos, on Wednesday, following a pending application for fiat before the chief judge of the court. The prosecutor, Billy Kisu Buhari, informed the trial judge, Justice Isaac Dipelu, that an application for fiat to enable the former judge continue with trial of the defendant is already awaiting approval by the CJ of the court. She said that the application is dated December 8, 2023. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is prosecuting Naira Marley on charges bordering on cybercrime. The anti-graft agency preferred the charges on May 14, 2019. Fashola, who sang the popular song I Am a Yahoo Boy, was arraigned on May 20, 2019 before Justice Nicholas Owebo, but he had pleaded not guilty. Justice Owebo had accordingly granted him bail in the sum of 2 million naira with 2 sureties and like sum. Logistics manager for the award-winning singer Davido Israel DMW has demanded a refund of his estranged wife Sheila's bride price. Israel took to his Instagram story to make several posts pleading with her to return the bride price properly. He noted how she could not transfer it directly to him through an alert, reminding her that he was not the one who paid it directly, but his family did, and it was by hand. Israel also pointed out that their marriage was conducted under customary law, saying that only the Federal High Court has the legal authority to dissolve it, and that this can only happen after 2 years. Legendary Nigerian musician Innocent Ojaidibia, famously known as Tu Baba, has parted ways with his longtime manager Efe Omorube, the CEO of talent management company Now Music. The duo disclosed this in a joint statement shared on Instagram on Wednesday by Now Music. According to the statement, the mutual disagreement is with immediate effect. Omorube expressed appreciation to Tu Baba, saying working with him was beyond work. While relishing his achievement with Tu Baba in the 2 decades of their partnership, He promised that he and his company would continue to support the singer from the sidelines. On his part too, Baba said he owes a lot of his career success to FA and his team and now music. He said he remains grateful, adding that every good thing must come to an end. Recall that Two Baba signed now with Now Music management following his exit from the Palashuan Boys in 2004. The singer will now be represented by his new management company, Hypertech Digital. And now to the exciting world of sports. Nigeria National League has charged players from the division to put India best at the 13 African Games in Ghana. The quartet of Andy Clinton, Ezekiel Rovers FC, Ime Godwin Samson, Dakar FC, Oladunyo Sholayinka, Madiba FC, and Sunday Joseph Wiki Torres were named in the 20-man Flying Eagles squad for the football event. NNL Chairman George Aluo believes the NNL has high-quality players who can fit into any of the national teams in the country. Aluo also expressed confidence in coach Ladan Boso, insisting that he would lead the country to a middle finish. He implored the players to exhibit their talent at the game to open more opportunities for them in world football, advising all the national team coaches to emulate Boso and beam their satellite on the league. The football event of the competition is billed to kickstart on March 8, 2024. Nigeria is in Group B alongside Senegal, Cameroon and Morocco. Reports say Manchester United have reportedly emerged as one of the front runners to sign Napoli's Victor Osimhen in the summer, being available at 110 million euro. If his release clause is met, means Osimhen is set to be one of the sought-after forwards in Europe, especially if his recent uptick in form continues. After playing a pivotal role in firing Napoli to their first Scudetto in over 30 years last season, Osimhen has become a figure of constant interest regarding a potential move away from Serie A. Scoring 26 league goals, won Osimhen the accolade of Serie A forward of the season, while his attacking partner won the league's MPV award. Across all competitions, the Nigerian has scored just 13 so far, but recent weeks suggest that under new management, Osimhen could add that to tally significantly before May. After netting a crucial equalizer in their Champions League last 16 first leg against Barcelona, Osimhen also found the net against Cagliari before scoring a hat-trick away to Sassuolo. Considering that Kylian Mbappe is set to leave for Real Madrid, Osimhen will be back in action for Napoli when the Partenopei welcome Torino to the Maradona in Serie A on Friday. Prosecutor's office in Spain is seeking a 5-year jail term for Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti for tax fraud. Report says the Italian is facing 2 charges of having defrauded the treasury of over 1 million euro. This happened between 2014 and 2015 during Ancelotti's first stint at Madrid. The prosecutor's office is now demanding a prison sentence of 4 years and 9 months for Ancelotti. The issue relates to Ancelotti only including remuneration from his job as Madrid manager in his tax return and not including income from image rights. And that's it on the Global News for tonight. Thank you so much. Before we go now, let's look at the major stories. Governor Fubara task force members on patriotism. Edo Assembly serves impeachment notice to Shaibu. Appeal court affirms Abure LP chair. EFCC sued against Naira Marley stores. AFGB gives FG $134 million for food production. Ghana celebrates 67th Independence Day. Ancelotti faces 5-year prison sentence, and that's it on the news. I am Angel. Welcome, and thank you so very much for watching. And from me, it's good night.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing. Honourable you human trafficker. Honourable
So no agreement with the EU, but